Okay, so now we're back for another episode of Point, Shoot, and Eat. I'm the host, Garett Thomas, so welcome here. As you'll see here, my hair's a little bit out of mess here. We don't really know where it's going, kind of like our country here. But we're here just to talk a little bit about the upcoming Academy Awards. The nominations aren't even out yet by the time I'm filming this, so we kind of know what might win. Damien Chazelle just won the Golden Globe for Best Director for La La Land, but his biggest competition is Barry Jenkins for Moonlight. I think they're the biggest two neck and neck, so keep your eyes peeled on that. Put on some glasses here, and for your viewing pleasure. From the Golden Gate Bakery, I believe. We just got back from Japan, by the way. What a precious place. If only Americans can be that punctual. You want to make America great again? Well, start with infrastructure. They can withstand so many earthquakes. When we were there was an earthquake, and there are so many brick buildings, and as far as I know, not a single one fell. It was amazing. And further, there was the high-speed rail. We went on the Shinkansen, and everything was on time, on the dot. And over here, that is not the case. You know, there might be such things as unfortunate events of cars potentially getting hit, or you might have the train breaking down and there are resultant 90-minute plus delays. But over there, should someone happen to be late for work because of a train being late, commuters apparently need to bring their train ticket as proof, because it almost never happens. It's a different society. And aside from that, everything is spotlessly clean. We really need to rethink how we go about things. It's not like that here. Back to Moonlight. It's a brutally raw picture in certain scenes, but it's gorgeous throughout. And I was amazed how much I connected with it, because I didn't know what to expect. I think when you're comparing La La Land, whose director happens to be 10 days younger than me, Barry Jenkins' film, I think almost seems more magnanimous in that it's carried out in 3 acts, and each stage of a particular child's life is sort of represented either by a different name given to him or a different nickname that he's referred to. And in each age bracket, I suppose, he's still learning who he's going to become. And by the last one, he has become this emblem in society. And so he's finding out who he is a part of. And I'm not going to spill the beans, but he's living in the Miami to Atlanta a little bit in the past as an African American, and he doesn't feel he fits quite in. And I like that, unlike in so many stereotypical movies, this one still is able to recognize that these people exist. And it's not, you know, gloating over it. and it's making them three-dimensional. And so I appreciate that, because there's not many films that do that at all. So the screenwriter and the director got together and spent a lot of time in order to even try to make this film. And so there's some great performances in it. Mahershala Ali, as well as Naomi Harris, who was also in Skyfall, and I think even Pirates of the Caribbean, one of those series with that. They both are fantastic, as well as the three kids. They did not base their performances on a single character and were trying to replicate each other. They were each given various attributes and based it solely on that. So I really recommend you go see this. But La La Land is just a whole other ballpark. I think some of the story is relatively simplistic, but if you need a movie to, base your hope on, whether you've ever had a reason or didn't think you could ever move forward in the world for a long period of time, or maybe thought you couldn't get past a certain point, even right now, this movie might be for you. I think they really do a good job, and it's also gorgeous. They have really great costumes, music. For goodness sakes, they're going to win the Oscar for that for sure. And I think it's always good to see Ryan Gosling. I'm not going to shy away from that one. But Emma Stone, they kept up with her as well. I think they go hand in hand fantastically. So spin this guy around a bit. So Casey Affleck, Manchester by the Sea. Here's why I think he's going to win Best Actor. One word. Argo. I really don't think the Academy likes to go about giving a Best Picture without at least a nomination for Best Director. The previous time prior to Argo was Driving Miss Daisy, which was, 1989? They rarely do this. Rarely. No. And then this happened. Argo. Ben Affleck. Sorry, Chuck. They still gave it to a decent person, Ang Lee for Life of Pi. But, no nomination. Ben Affleck did win Best Director at the Golden Globes. He even won Best Director at the Directors Guild of America. He was winning it left, right, and left again. But no nomination at the Academy Awards? I mean, come on. It's like, what can I say? So, Casey Affleck's a good actor on his own. You can't deny him that. And I hear he's using a Bostonian accent in this film. I have not seen it yet. And he might have even already kind of earned that where he grew up. I don't know. But it might be slightly apologetic to the whole family. It'd be in the same vein of giving the second Academy Award to Sean Penn for Milk, which is probably the first one he actually deserved, when he directed Into the Wild and did not get any sort of directorial nomination for that. When that was a great film, he did get a directorial nomination at the DGA. So there's always some sort of dispute. There's not always a 5-for-5 equivalency for nominations between various organizations. there are maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 other pictures I have to see this year so far, prior to the nominations even coming out. I think Lion with Dev Patel and Nicole Kidman is probably the real only other big contender for Best Picture. But it's based on a true story about a little kid in India getting separated from his family on public transit, of all things, on a train, and he can't find them for almost 25 years, and then using Google Maps is able to somehow track them down. So it's a compelling story. And then there's been talk of Arrival with Amy Adams, but I don't see an extraterrestrial picture winning Best Picture, but it could have some, visual effects or something like that. I need to see Fences. I think that Viola Davis is finally going to get it. She's going to have fierce competition from Naomi Harris, so it just really depends on who the Academy actors are going to back. I don't think Naomi Harris has had a nomination before, so they've been behind Viola, and I think they're going to back her. Whether or not one is better than the other, I don't know. They might be equivalent this time. I really was heartstruck when I saw Moonlight, so I would be perfectly satisfied if either of them wins, but I'll be, congratulating Viola in the back of my head if Viola wins. And then I still want to see Sully. I want to see Tom Hanks replicate what Captain Sullenberger did when he landed the Miracle on the Hudson. And there's just a chance that the Clint Eastwood picture will get a Best Picture nomination anyway. His pictures tend to do well there, so there's that. Well, last bite, so that means we must be done. Well, we had a great time here. Hope the next Academy Awards are fantastic. And I think it's really between Moonlight and La La Land, but it's anyone's game. The nominations are going to come out this next Tuesday, and hoping for the best. Catch you next time on Point, Shoot, and Eat. Barely flubbed anything.